Welcome back to Get Simplified by Sirantwi's channel. And then in this episode, we are going to take a look at some of the sampled date and time questions. I will start with 2020 GBE question paper. And then question number 4.4. Use a formula in cell H5 to determine the age of Gabriel Wilmer in completed years by using the date of birth in column G and then the current date. So here we are using a function and then the formula to determine the person's age. Right. That is it here, in completed years. So first of all, because of the completed years, meaning that the number of decimal places should be, zero. So we can solve this question by using the year frag function. We are using the current year and then compared with the date of birth given to us here. So on the same row, we will go to the building block and use the year function. Equal sign. Whenever you are calculating the age, you must use the year frag. If you are calculating the number of days, you can use days function. So now here we use the year frag. And then you click on FX. Then the start date and then the end date. The start date will be the date given to you. And then the end date will be the current date, which is now. Or you can use today. Right. Or to make it simple, let me first use today because we need it. Let me use today to break it down. And then we use the year frag. So the start date will be the date given to you. And then the end date will be the today value. Very simple. Don't forget that today you must drag it down so that it can work for all of them. Right, now this is 53 years, 62. Now we need to convert it into a completed years without the decimal place. So we can use the int function, equal sign, int for integer. And then we click on the answer. There we go. So how do we start? We started by finding today's function in the building block. Don't forget to drag it down, especially if the question asks you to drag it. If the question did not ask you to drag it down, you don't have to do that. And then use year frag. Year frag, whenever you want to calculate the years in completed years. Year frag is easy, or you can use the days as well. Right. Alternatively, we could have solved this question here also by using, let me go to another column. We could have solved this question by using the days function. So equal sign days. And then the end date will be the today's function. The start date will be the date given to you. Now, after these days, you go to the formula bar and say divide by 365.25 because of the leap year, so we use 0.25. Then it gives us date. Don't forget to change it to number. There we go. Then we can now convert it to with the int function. So basically, whenever you are calculating days, you use the days function. And then if you are calculating you can use the year FREC function to calculate the number of years, or you can use the days divided by 365.25. So both of them will work whenever you are calculating the number of days or the number of years. And if the question asks you to calculate the number of months, remember this is days, then you can now divide it by 30, or year FREC, you multiply by 12 because there are 12 months within a year. So we will look at another question. Still under date and time. We also have Eastern Cape question paper 3.3 and then the 3.4. Eastern Cape 2022. Three survey. Right. Eastern Cape, we have 3.4 here. Now they want us to calculate the age. So like I said, age, we use the year FREC. Equal sign, year FREC. And then don't forget, whenever you are using the current date, we have to start from the building block. So from the building block, we start with today's function. And then we use the year FREC. You click on FX, the start date, and the end date. The end date is the current date. The start date is the date given to you. If let's say you made a mistake and it's giving you negative number, you just interchange them. Right. Then we now come to where we need to put a function. Equal sign, int function, integer. Then you click on your answer. There we go. So basically, first of all, use today's function or now in the building block. Again, use the year FREC function whenever you are calculating the number of years. Let's check another question as well. 3.3 and 3.4. We also have Northwest 2021 question 3.4. Northwest question paper 2021. Right, 2021 questions, Northwest. Question 3. All right, 3.4. Let's check the question again. Use a formula n or a function in D4 to calculate the number of years that have elapsed between the year in cell A2 and then the year 2001. So they gave you a year in A2. I'm not sure whether this is the right data. Let's check the question again. Open the 3 deforest area spreadsheet, work in the deforestation worksheet. In A2, there's nothing there. Right. So I think this question was not complete. We will skip this question. And then again, there's something that I want to also take opportunity and explain to everyone so that you understand it. Right. Still under the date and time. Let's say you're having the date of birth given to you here. And now the question says, insert a new date after 3 years and 4 days. Let's say there will be a function, or you are going to complete school after 3 years and 4 days from the date given to you here. Let's say this is the date given to us. Now, because the question says use the date function or insert the date function, then you have to use the date function equal sign date you click on fx, and then where you see the year, you will repeat the year function. Year into bracket, the date given to you, and then the month function as well, into bracket, the given date, and then the day, into bracket, the given day, the given date. Now, when you say the year of the given date, the month of the given date, and then the day of a given date, it gives you the same date over there. Right, 2005, August 2nd. Now, the question says 3 years after the date given. So you go to the year space there and say +3. After means +3. Before, you say minus. And then 4 days, +4. You click OK. So this will be the new date. 3 years after this date and 4 days, this will be the new date. So basically, when you are given a certain date, you can be given a question whereby you have to add some years to it and then also subtract some days or add some days and months from it. And with the same breath, there was a question for 2022. I think it was Free State question number 2. Let's see if Free State question 2, we have a question regarding the date. No, there's no date calculation. And then also Northwest. Northwest question. (2020), there was no date and time. All right, now let me move to the next question. Today we are just looking at date and time challenging questions. Limpopo question number 4, 2022. Limpopo question number 4, 2022. So Limpopo question 4. Right, 4 crashes. Right, 4.4. The paramedics team arrived 30 minutes after the first accident in route 3 had occurred. The time when the accident occurred is in G3. Insert a time function in H3 to determine the time when the paramedics arrive on the accident scene. Now, this question involves time calculations. Time calculations. So we were done with the date calculations, and then now we are going to time calculation for 4 marks. So let me open that. We must insert it in H3. Yeah, that's the column H. Now, here they are saying that this is the time that was given. And then also, let's go through the question again. They arrived 30 minutes after the first accident. 30 minutes after. And we want to calculate the new time. Just like the way we were calculating the date, we use the time function, equal sign time. We click on fx. Now the hour, just like the way we use the year and then the month and then the day, here we repeat hour into bracket, the given time, minute into bracket, the given time as well. And then second into bracket, the time given. Now they say 30 minutes after. So meaning we go to where the minute function is, then you say plus 30. So if they say 3 hours, then you touch the hour part. There we go. So 30 minutes after this time will give us this time. So you can autofill as well. Right. So this is all about the time calculations. Now, what about if you are given this time and then now you are asked to calculate the number of hours. You're asked to calculate the number of hours. Now, let's say we have another time. We have the arrival time. This is the time in. And then we have the time out. You arrive at 5:20, and then let's say they left at 14:30. Now they want the number of hours. If you are calculating the number of hours, you can use the hour function. You can just say equal sign the hour. Hour, then you click on fx. You see the time out minus the time in. Don't forget to change it to number whenever you're calculating hours. Again, you could have solved this one by just saying equal sign. You open bracket, the time out minus the time in. You close your bracket times 24. Why 24? Because there are 24 hours per day. So it will be the time out minus the time in, all into bracket times 24. Don't forget to put the bracket because otherwise the board math is going to multiply 24 before it subtracts from 14. Right. So this is how we calculate the hours. If they are talking about minutes, the same thing, you just say times 24 times 60. If they are talking about seconds, times 24 times 60 times 60 as well. Right. So basically, this is how we calculate the time using the time function, using the hours function, or calculating the number of hours, the number of minutes, and the number of seconds. Right. So there are a number of questions that you can try your hands on as you prepare for the examination. You can check KZN 2020, question 3.5, Free State 2020, question 3.4 and 3.5, as well as Western Cape 4.5 as well for 2022. So you can try your hands on all these questions. Good luck.